That sounds like rain. It's raining outside, boys and girls. I'm standing outside because I'm about to smoke a cigarette. Welcome to episode Conservatish number 46. My name is Peter Feliciano. I'm a musician and singer and a podcaster, and obviously that's why it's a good idea that I'm smoking. I'm gonna quit, though, okay? I'm gonna quit. I know. But, I mean, I have to be imperfect in some way, right? I gotta be connected to you, the rest of you humans, right? And that happens through, having issues. And, I'm so fucking amazing in all these other ways. I need to have something you cunts can relate to. Yeah, that's the way to do a professional podcast. Call them cunts within 30 seconds and smoke a cigarette live on the fucking... Ladies and gentlemen, I've had a busy couple of goddamn days, okay? I couldn't get with anybody to go record. Don't worry, I'm recording with someone tomorrow. I'm recording with someone on Sunday. I'm fucking jumping in through goddamn hoops. But if you want more goddamn Pete, you're going to have to go to patreon.com/conservatish and give me money. Also, if you want more of this lusciousness, conservatishpodcast@gmail.com. And I'm going to be recording, I'm going to be, I'm going to be playing music at 7 Mile House in Brisbane on February 14th. So, all you swinger couples looking for a big fucking... Are you cucks? I may judge you, but I'll still fuck your girl. Anyway, so I'm doing a podcast and it's raining, and I'm standing on my under an awning. This is actually really cool that I get to do this. Not just the podcast in general, but the fact that I get to smoke and podcast, which is already like pretty cool. But also it's raining. I don't know if you can actually hear it. That's the fucked up thing about doing this. It's like starting off with this cool like rain sound effect in my head. The rest of you are like, what the fuck is he talking about? It's silent. But I guess I won't find out for another hour or so. I'm assuming I'm supposed to talk for at least an hour on each podcast. Anyway, I kind of want to know, what is a worse crime? Because I know what the law books say a worse crime is, but whose life is more valuable? Let's talk about, let's get real. Whose life is more valuable? A goddamn actor who was assaulted from Empire. I don't know, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Everyone's, hate crime. I just want to know, whose life is more valuable? Is your life more valuable if you are gay and black? Because then hate crime makes sense. Now the dude's not dead, but say he was dead. Why? Because I just want to know, why is that worse than a Chinese food delivery driver going into the Bronx and getting killed by a couple of Crips? Which is worse? Who is more valuable? Now I know the guy's Chinese and the other guy's black and gay, so maybe is it like two groups, like two victimhood groups makes your life more valuable? Like, is that what it is? Because when the black Crips kill a Chinese food delivery man in the Bronx, no one's on Twitter mad. We don't even hear about it. Much like the Bronx doesn't fucking hear about it, barely. Like, and I'm just wondering, like Patrice used to say, like if a white lady goes missing, everyone's up in arms. If a black lady goes missing, nobody really hears about it. So, okay, I'm wondering, maybe the tables have turned a little bit. So hate crime is obviously more punishable by law. Like if it's a hate crime murder, right? Say it's a murder. Why are people more upset with the death of a black gay guy than a Chinese food delivery driver? I don't think hate crimes should be a thing. Not anymore. I mean, if you wanted to maybe back in the 70s, 80s to like, hey, stop killing black people. Stop killing gay people. Like, hey, no, seriously, no more lynching. You've had your fun. But I don't think hate crime should be a thing. And I know that's not probably a very super controversial thing, but I feel like I would get lynched if I fucking said that around some white liberals. Because really it's only white liberals and black girls. You guys are the fucking problem. Black women who don't have a black man in their life to dick them down right, and white liberals. You guys are the fucking problem. Let's be fucking real. White effeminate people and black females. Because I mean, even Chinese people, when the Chinese food delivery, like, they're not on fucking Twitter. They're not raising hell. Well, the anti-Asian defamation league is gonna do something. Stop. Come on. I mean, even if they like did get up in arms, y'all are too busy to like march. Y'all have 15 jobs, and you're not gonna fucking march. Okay. You know what the problem with smoking is? Well, maybe the cancer, but it's more than just the cancer. I'm a real ass alcoholic. Like, I can't just have a cigarette. I told myself I would have a night of smoking, and that was going to be it. And a couple days later, I pick up another one. Now I'm smoking, and I'm sick, and like, I'm just coughing up all this nasty shit, and then now I'm at the point where it's not coming up. So I guess maybe it's getting worse or it's getting better. I don't know. Forgot this from my doctor training. I switched, by the way. I switched over from the plan I was in, the eating plan I was on. God, this is a weird episode. By myself. I'm not Bill Burr. A collective of thousands of people just said, yeah, we know. But I'm not. I'm not goddamn Bill Burr. I can't just talk to myself and feel, I don't know. I had a fan from Sacramento. I didn't know he was a fan. He reached out to me on Facebook. Oh, you can find me at Peter_Feliciano on Instagram, and Feliciano is the way to spell that. You want to go out in the rain with me? Ready? We're going to run. Have my hood up and my expensive... Ooh. Oh, don't touch. No. Rain. Don't touch the... Ooh. Okay. I'm going to go into my car because I feel like that is a seat of power, the Honda Civic. All right. Here we go. Now, you may be asking, why didn't Pete edit that part out? I'll do what I fucking want. Start your own fucking podcast. So, why... Anyway, the fan. So, this guy hit me up on Facebook. I guess he had heard the podcast through being recommended conservative through a different podcast, which is cool. But... And he said, I've been listening a lot, and I really like all the episodes I've listened to. I thought that you sitting alone in your car ranting might not be great, but it actually was really entertaining. So we talked, and seems like a good dude. I might try to get up there. Actually, I have to get up to Sacramento to do a podcast episode with the Prudent Patriot as well. Yeah, I have people to see. I don't know why a lot of people are listening in Sacramento, in spite of how much shit I talk about it. And a lot of people are listening in Washington. Now, I have some friends in Washington, but not that many. I don't know why y'all motherfucker is blowing up. And, what was the other one? Germany, I think, too. Arschficken. That means ass penetration in German. Anyway, so why doesn't anyone give a fuck about a Chinese food delivery driver? Seriously, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like, why would a hate crime still be a thing now? 2019, why would a hate crime still be a thing? Because people are... If this guy getting assaulted is actually true, then we know of what, two... Like the piece of shit white supremacist with the car who drove the car into the crowd of people in Charlottesville a year and a half ago or so, sometime in 2017. And then this dude, like if this is true, and they were beating his ass, yelling, this is MAGA country. Although, again, I said if it's true, because he's black and I don't trust black people. No, I'm just kidding. Gay people can be crazy, by the way. Black people can be crazy. Crazy comes in all shapes, colors, sizes, genders, sexual preference. It doesn't fucking matter. Crazy comes in liars come in all shapes and sizes for many different reasons. So that includes murderers. Now, say the black Crips kill a Chinese food delivery driver because that's what they have been told to do to join the gang. Why don't you give a fuck? I'm asking not you listening to the podcast, but I'm asking those who are upset about hate crimes. Why don't you give a fuck about the life of that Chinese guy? Or maybe more accurately, let's be real. I don't really care either because I didn't know him, and it's in the Bronx, and it's again I'm speaking of a hypothetical, but it happens a lot. But like, okay, so maybe that's like far away. I don't even mean like, why don't you give a fuck? Because really that's just me trying to like shame you into making my point. But like, why do you care one over the other? Like, you didn't know that actor. You don't fucking know him. Oh, but I know gay black people. We all know fucking gay black people. I guarantee you ask any real ass fucking black cocksucker. He didn't know that nigga. He didn't know that motherfucker. Like any motherfucker who's like solid in their balls, and you know what I mean by solid in their balls. You wouldn't give a fuck. You don't actually know the person. If you don't know the person, why is it worse? Here's why I don't like it. Told you I'm sick. Here's why I don't like it. Because essentially you're saying there's this ramping up of the panic. You like panic. People in the media they enjoy the panic because they need the panic to get us to click on the story, to get us to click on the video. They need the panic. And I'm a hypocrite. I post certain things and have certain people on because I know it'll, obviously I enjoy talking shit, but also because I know it'll get more people to click, so I get it. But like, the panic is a button that the media pushes in order to get us to click and get their story and get us get our attention and our money. And people who repost it are doing for their own, like the trolls on Twitter under the guise of social justice also get some sort of delicious I'm better than, or I'm doing something for the movement, or I'm a part of, let me be a part of, I'm so fucking alone. So everyone's doing, like, hate crimes are not ramping up. Hate groups are not ramping up. Calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. Your life, and I am now speaking to everybody, your life is not very different because Trump is in office versus Hillary. Your life is not that fucking different from the Obama years. It's just goddamn not. In fact, I fucking guarantee that it's better because you made decisions to make it better. You made decisions to make it better. The president didn't really affect your fucking life. Grow up, sack up, you fucking... But what about the Mexicans? Most Mexicans are doing just fine, stupid ass. They're living their life. Oh, they have troubles? Oh, that's so sad. Everybody has fucking troubles. All you white people listening right now, do you have troubles? Exactly, stupid ass. Calm the fuck down. Everything's not bad. Things are pretty great. Not only do you live in America, except for my German and my Canadian and, all the... I think I had one listener in China somewhere. Might have been a bot. Anyway, all you fans in Canada and Germany and across the world, okay, yeah, maybe, yeah. But, like, even you, like, I went to China, and I would never live in China. But everyone I met in China was kind of nice. Everyone was, like, happier than shit to just be like, oh, yeah, our government is killing people and lying to us. Yeah, whatever, yeah. We have somebody get assaulted and shouted a certain word, and now that's like, that should be news everywhere? Like, things are great. And that is proof. Someone gets assaulted. Some kid stares at another guy with a MAGA hat on a couple of weeks ago, and that's news. And you know why? Because things are great. Things are fucking great right now. You need to grow the fuck up. Responsibility is the issue. Now, I know I'm smoking and sitting in my Honda Civic recording this. By no means am I big time. I need to be growing up as well. You're right. Thank you. Kisses. But I am saying, like, be real. Be real. Things are not very bad. And I feel like it's not healthy for us to, like, get swept up in the shit. It's not healthy for us to get swept up in the panic. There's more hate crimes. No, there's not. Lynching was existing until 1991. Things are better. Gays can marry. Things are better, stupid. Oh, but he said mean jokes. Apparently, there were even people mad so that Empire Star, that Empire Star was assaulted, and then Kevin Hart said, hey, man, stay strong. And there were actually people who were mad at Kevin Hart, saying things like, now do you understand why the jokes aren't bad? Jokes don't make violent people be violent. Violence makes violent people be violent. Cuntiness. Okay? Racism makes racists be racist. Jokes, it's not somebody sitting on the fence going like, should I be racist? Oh, you know what? A black guy made jokes about it. So, okay, I'll be racist. Or should I be homophobic? A black guy made jokes about it, so I'll be homophobic. And then that spreads like, stop, dude. You have that little faith? You have that little faith in humanity? Yes, I know. We're all so really bad, but we're also really smart. And we're evil cunts, like dirty little animals. But we're also kind of nice to each other. You know? Things are not bad. Stop over fucking reacting. Stop enjoying the fucking drama for drama's sake because you're making other dummies go like, ooh drama, ooh, a wave. Let me retweet. Faggots. God damn it. Patterns exist. And I've been over and over, like I've said this so many times on the podcast, but like patterns exist, and one of the main missing ingredients in this is masculinity, like genuine ass masculinity. Genuine ass masculinity is too busy working and knowing what the real issues are. The words don't hurt as much as, like, okay, so there are some kids who have killed themselves over bullying. I really want to yell faggots for that one too, but but that's probably karma. So there are some kids who have killed themselves over bullying. But there are also people who have been raped, molested, like beaten for years on end who didn't kill themselves. So what's the difference here? What's the difference? I'm not saying that their feelings before they killed themselves weren't valid. But I think maybe it's about responsibility and like growing up like as best you can. Like, I don't know what it is. But it's not let's nerf everybody's world. It's not let's wrap everybody in cotton wool. It's not let's carpet the entire world. It's about buying a pair of fucking slippers. You know? It's about kind of, I don't know. You know? I mean, I feel like that's heartless, but I don't think it is. I was an annoying kid. I was a suicidal kid. I didn't want to be here anymore. I found alcohol and drugs. You know, I found stealing. I found food. I found media. I found all these shit out here to make me feel okay in here, and I fucking did it to a T. I mean, you can hear the rasp in my voice. It's not just because I'm fucking smoke or sick. It's also because I'm fucking smoking right now. Like, I'm a stupid ass. I quit in 2011, and I started up again a few weeks ago. What a dum-dum. What a dum-dum face. Right? So, I get it. But, like, it's I don't know. So maybe the first question is, why do you? Well, not you, because you're a good girl for listening to the podcast, and that includes all the men. But like, why do you care more about the assault or like a kid with a red hat over a Chinese food delivery guy being murdered? Why do you care about a kid with a red hat being a cunty high school kid, because he is in high school? Why do you care more about that than you care about the thousands of kids, black kids, shooting other black kids in Chicago? Why? Because one of them did it for a gang and the other one did it for a hat? Like what one of them did it for race? Say Covington kid was actually racist. He's not. Stop listening, idiot. I don't care. Stop listening to the fucking podcast. I don't care. Fuck off. I don't need you, baby girl. I don't fucking need you. I had actually one time I did put up a little poll on Instagram. How many things, who has listened to something on an episode of the podcast and gotten offended? And then the next one was who have stopped listening because of it. Only one person said that they stopped listening because of it. There's an Asian girl. She's a cool chick. I don't know why she would do that. I mean, I do say a lot of Asian jokes, but I don't know. That seems kind of stupid. I don't know. Anyway. So, say the Covington kid is racist and was doing, like, say he even stabbed. All right, why am I going to the Covington kid? Let's go back to the other goddamn analogy. I'm a stupid man. Say shit. Fuck it. Let's go real, shall we? So, say the piece of shit who drove the car into the protesters at Charlottesville. He's pretty clearly racist. He pretty clearly did that. Obviously, he was frustrated on a personal level because people are fighting and he's fighting. And so there is, by the way, that layer of hurt man pride that reacts that way. It's not just the racism. All the rest of those guys who were fighting with their fists were also racist, and they didn't drive a fucking car into people. Okay, so it is an added thing. It's not just racism that made that piece of shit drive that car into that crowd of people. It was also hurt pride man shit. Okay, it was also a little faggot, couldn't get over his feelings. Someone hit me. I better kill people because someone hit me. Right? It's that powerless feeling. Okay, so let's not make believe, by the way, that racism was the only reason why that happened. But let's say it was. Let's say that the guy who drove the car into the crowd of people in Charlottesville was only coming from a place of 100% racism. Now, I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying he is racist. But let's say it's only because of that. Why is that worse? I just want to fucking know. Why is that worse than two Crips killing a Chinese food delivery driver trying to deliver Chinese food in the Bronx? Why is that worse? I want to know why that's worse morally. Because if a hate crime is really about morals, like it's worse to hate somebody for the color of their skin than it is to kill them randomly? I don't know. I kind of think the other one's worse. I kind of think killing another man because your gang told you and you're a faggot, so you can't like get over like, oh, I need to be a part of this clique. I had a bad childhood. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to kill somebody in a gang killing. I think that's kind of worse than driving a car into a fucking crowd of people because you're a racist. Or maybe they're equal, but it's definitely not the other way. It's definitely not, well, he killed him because of racism, so that's worse than, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta follow the logic. We have to follow the logic. Someone needs to not be swayed by the feelings. And as far as patterns go, and why, yes, sir, I will smoke another cigarette. Did I bring my water in here? Son of a bitch, I did not. So I'm just going to get more raspy until I run back out in the rain. What a little stupid ass I am. I don't want to go back inside for water. By the end of this, That's definitely the way to keep more listeners. Is to smoke live on the podcast. To call them cunts. And then to mouth spit into the fucking microphone. You're all very nice people. You're all very nice people for enjoying this podcast. Let me open the car. Hang on. So, as far as patterns go, as far as masculinity go, I had another 2 conversations with women recently, confirming the exact same thing I keep fucking talking about. I had ex-lover reach out to me. I don't like using lover. It feels like fucking Tina Fey said in 30 Rock. I don't like the word lover unless it's between meat and pizza. Meat lovers pizza. Okay. But it wasn't a girlfriend. So anyway, this old chick I was fucking reaches out to me on Facebook. Nice girl. Had a lot of fun back in maybe 2012, 2013. Anyway, ain't seen each other in a long, long time. And we start talking about life and how you been and da-da-da-da-da. And she starts talking about my penis. And, you know, it's always fun when you have someone talk about your penis. I got to say, boys, if you haven't, I don't know if there's, like, weights you can tie to the end of your penis to, like, elongate or, like, maybe putting a catheter, like a balloon catheter, and, like, just slowly pumping it up will make it, like, thicker. I don't know if that adds girth or something. I don't know what. But you got to do your best to get a nice-looking penis. Because women will hit you up years afterwards and say, man, your what did she say? It was beautiful. Anyway, this will not be one that I share with with people. I'm glad that this is the one venture that my mom actually doesn't listen to. She's always listening to my videos or music or whatever. I do have a nice voice, by the way. I'm not doing anything for it right now, obviously. But anyway, I'm glad she's not listening to this. What was I saying? Oh, so we start talking about love and life, me and this ex, and we start talking about who she's been dating and who she's been hooking up with. And apparently she was in a relationship for a little while where it just wasn't. So, again, there's a difference between, like, and I know this even from my personal experience. I've had many times where, like, either I get in my head about how my body looks, like I get insecure about like even in the middle of fucking, I get insecure about how my body looks, or I have a thought like, you're not going to stay hard. And then I'm like, oh shit. And then I have thoughts about my thoughts, and I have fears about my thoughts, and then I just start spinning like a rat. And then my dick's like, hey, we were doing fine, stupid ass. And, so there's, you know, obviously, I've had many times in my life and in my sex life where I'm not solid in my manhood, or I'm not in the moment, or I'm not paying attention. I'm just distracted, or I'm whatever. But on the whole, get it? On the whole, I'm becoming the man that I want to be. Smoking aside, I'm becoming the man that I want to be, and I'm you know, I know that there's a difference between knowing how to tie a bitch up because you learn it from a book or from a seminar at the chapel in San Francisco. It's a BDSM place. So there's a difference between knowing how to tie a bitch up and, well, mentally tying a bitch up. There's a difference between having the dom in your bones and learning the dom. And not just sexually, but like romantically, like leading the relationship, like not having to be like, I don't know, what do you want to do? Because I'm afraid to ask for what I want. Like, that's not attractive to girls, right? So the pattern, again, that's coming up in all these conversations, and I don't think it's just because I attract girls who are subs. I think most girls are subs. Sorry. I think that's absolutely the fucking case. She may do things for you that are maybe, dominant because she's doing it for you. Like, she can get into it, and she can have fun with it, but in her bones, she's the fuck E. She's the fuck E. She's not the fucker. She's the fuck E. That's just nature. My dick goes inside you. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, you know what I mean? Like, maybe a finger or a peg from, whatever, a tongue. But, like, you're the sub in this relationship. And I feel like that's kind of how nature is. Now, I know that I feel mean when I talk about this, but I just don't think, like, I know that there are guys who are, like, naturally submissive, but I just don't feel that that's true. I just don't feel it. I just don't think it's true. I just think it's a lie. I think it's years of being dishonest with yourself about what you are. I'm not saying every guy wants to fucking choke a bitch up against the wall, although really, please try it. It's delicious. But I don't think a guy is I just don't. I don't know. Anyway, but besides the sex part, over and over these conversations, these patterns keep cropping up where the girls I'm dating, the stuff that happened, I have these conversations where they're kind of unfulfilled by dudes. And it's not because they cheated. It's not because they, It's because over and over, it's like, I wanted a man. Like, I wanted rough sex. I wanted my head and my heart to, like, belong to somebody. And not belong to somebody in, like, a fucking romantic while you were sleeping way. You know what I mean? Not in, like, a Sandra Bullock movie kind of way, like we own each other. But just, like, girls, you know what I'm talking about. You know that there's that guy who fucking got you, bitch. I fucking told you, stupid ass. Like, there's a guy who fucked you so good, he made you a girl. You know what I mean? Like, even though you were all tough and you're in your 20s and you're like, no man's gonna, suddenly some dick comes at you and fucks the shit out of you. Some guy starts dating you and you can't intimidate him, but suddenly your pussy's wet. Like, there's something, that guy fucking got you, bitch. So, unless that happens, I don't know if it's as fulfilling. Because I keep having these conversations where girls are like, yeah, it's not fulfilled. Like, I've been dating so many nice guys. And I'm a sweetheart. I'm a fucking, I'm a teddy bear. But emphasis on bear, maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm kind, but I'm not nice. I don't know. Maybe, do I talk about this too much? I'm sorry I talk about this too much. You know what I notice I say way too often? Is I say, I've said this on the podcast. As if, what are you, Pete? What, Pete? Are you trying to, like, please listen to the other episodes? No, patterns exist, Pete. Stupid ass. So, I guess I guess I want to put out another shout out for fucking men. Like, men are the shit, man. We're fucking great. Like, it's not, masculinity isn't the problem. It's guys, the guys who are doing shitty, quote unquote, masculine things are guys who are insecure about their masculinity. And they have to punish girls. They have to knock out, or they have to, like, fight a dude because he had some sort of slight, you know what I mean, to him at a bar. Like, the guys who are toxically masculine or not masculine, they feel insecure about themselves. They feel insecure about their manhood, and they have to prove it. They have to punish. They have to get vindication. They're spiteful. They're jealous. They're assholes. That's not masculinity. That's insecurity. And, yeah. But like genuine ass masculinity is not afraid of you. It's not intimidated by a girl. You know? And I'm not perfect at it, but I'm getting better. I've been pretty goddamn good for a long time. I was really jaded in dating for a long time. I think when I got out of the last relationship I was in, I'm way too honest, by the way, on this podcast. Like, you see how nice I am, dude? See? But like, I was jaded as a fuck for a long time. And what I would do I would get some pussy from time to time, but really it was like me, I didn't want to invest any time or any effort, really, in the women that I would see. And so I would go out on a date, or I'd start texting a girl, and it's not like I would just come at it from a dishonest angle. And not because I was trying to get pussy too quick. Let's not be crazy. Pussy too quick doesn't exist. But I was coming from a place of jadedness, this weird like negativity, this weird like insecurity is really what it was. It was me being insecure about myself. I didn't like myself. And because I didn't like myself, like, not liking yourself doesn't equal you want sex fast. Everybody wants sex fast. Yes, even the girls. Everybody wants to come. But it was from like this insecurity of like, I didn't like myself, and I didn't want to let any motherfuckers in, and so I just didn't do that ever. You know what I mean? I didn't even, because yeah, okay, for a girl to fuck you, they have to kind of like you, right? On the whole, you have to kind of like us to fuck us, and I didn't even want to let you try to like me most of the time, the girls that I would be dating, you know. And so I'd have some sex, but it was always like this weird, like, I didn't want to put in any effort, and the girls could tell. And because the girls could tell, they would be in this weird little like defensive mode, and then I'd be all like, good, fuck yeah, I don't need you. And it would be just a self-fulfilling prophecy. It would just be me just being a cunt to a bunch of girls. And that's not masculinity. It was masquerading as masculinity, right? Because I would still have the same rap in ways that I have. I would still believe the same things about manhood. I would still fuck similarly, like the same. But I wasn't being honest. I wasn't being honest with myself. I didn't like myself. When you don't like yourself, why the fuck would anyone else like you, right? I don't want to make this too hippie-ish, but we do have to kind of, I don't want to say like love myself or any of that shit, but it's kind of fucking true. I know, I'm sorry. The douche chills are just waves all across the United States and Germany and Canada. I have other listeners, but like these other countries are like one or two, like China. I think I have like 2 listeners in one province in China. I don't know what's wrong with y'all motherfuckers. And you're obviously listening on a fucking on a stolen VPN, on a fucking fake USA VPN or an English UK VPN. Because, by the way, all you white liberals, you fucking hypocrites, because someone wore a hat. Someone wore a hat. He's racist because he said things. The Chinese government won't let their people do anything. They're Chinese people. When I was in China, there was this girl who wanted to move to the United States to go to school here, but she had to like visit first, and the Chinese government said no because they were afraid she would leave and never come back. The government. That's Chinese on Chinese crime. But that doesn't matter, right? Right? Because someone wore a red hat. The Chinese government won't let internet be free to roam. The Chinese government won't let people have Facebook or social media because they'll see how fucking delicious it is out here. No, we'll just put back McDonald's. McDonald's are already in fucking China. KFC, there's a giant KFC all over the fucking place. They got KFC, they got Starbucks. It's way more goddamn expensive because Chinese people don't drink fucking coffee from Starbucks. They don't even use fucking dryers. Chinese people just hang their shit out on the fucking... One time I was walking through Chinatown, which is China, by the way. They just cut out a piece of fucking Shenyang and put it in goddamn San Francisco. I was walking through Chinatown, and on a hanger were some chonies, and then next to those chonies on another hanger were fucking fish. They both probably smelled the same. But why did I start going off about that? Oh, so the Chinese government, won't let their people have social media, won't have free internet. There's like, you do some wrong shit, you get real fucking penalized. Besides all the, maybe possible organ farming, blah, 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 blah. But like, even from that alone, China sucks balls. That's Chinese on Chinese crime. That's some evil-ass government shit. But someone wore a hat. He made jokes. Just perspective. That's all I want. Just take yourself a little bit with a grain of salt. I know. Trump is Hitler. I know he is. But like, have a little fucking perspective. Your life is the shit, stupid ass. Oh, you have problems. I know. We all do. As I take out another cigarette without any water. I almost coughed out my cigarette. I hope you guys are enjoying this episode because I kind of feel like a lounge, like I'm lounging in like a piano bar, smoking a cigarette with a diet Sprite, talking about war. Anyway, I do like diet Sprite. Anyway, I don't know. I am more right-leaning-ish, I guess, but like, what's your definition of right-leaning? Because if you think right-leaning means hating gays, I certainly don't fucking hate gays. If you think right-leaning is like anti-black, I'm certainly not that. Nuh-uh, you have white skin. Well, my identity isn't white. So, what's your definition of right-leaning? Like, what's your definition of conservative? Because it's certainly not super Jesus-y like it used to be. This isn't the 80s and 90s. Conservative used to be super Jesus-y. I mean, there are a lot of Christians, for sure. And I'm not downplaying their experience. But I am saying I know a lot of Christian liberals. And I also know a lot of... Like, I know some conservatives who are gay. A real close fucking person in my life, and I've said this, a real close person in my family, lesbian, voted for Trump. So, and not just voted for Trump, but like posts on Twitter, like fucking is in the thick of it, like learning and reading and just is researching and is super on top of her shit. And yet enjoys vagina. So, like, what do you... Like, just calm down, man. This is not black and white. It's not that bad. You know? What's your definition of conservative? She don't hate gays. Yeah, but she supports a person who does. Nah, not really. No, not really. I don't think that's a true thing. Why? Because he doesn't want the government to pay for trans? Like... surgeries? Man, I mean, I don't think that's... I mean, the government doesn't pay for, like, non-service member surgeries. I mean, I don't know. I'm not 100% on board with the whole trans people shouldn't serve in the military thing. But I don't think we should pay for your fucking surgery. I think that should be completely, like, your prerogative. You know? I don't think the government should be paying for abortions. But I'm not saying I'm 100%, I don't know. The more I learn about the abortion thing, dude, I know. But it's real bad. Like, abortion's no fucking joke, man. I know New York just made it like up to 9 months you can kill a kid when it's still in the pussy. Heart beating, has fingernails, clamp it down while it's like, use a speculum to open the vagina and then clamp down on its head to crush its head and then pull its body parts out of the womb. Like, that's okay? Just so you don't hurt someone's feelings? Just so that the door is wide enough so that rape victims can get an abortion, you're gonna kill a kid who's 9 months in the womb? That's like, I'm kind of liberal on a lot of things, but that's fucking insane. Like, let's have a real conversation about, like, obviously I'm by myself in my car, but let's have a real look at that. Like, look at that. They're killing kids. On one side of the vagina, it's a kid. On the other side of the vagina, it's not a kid. I mean, you can say all you want about a mass of cells at fucking, 7 weeks. Which it isn't, I don't think. But, like, okay, so let's just call 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Okay, that's let's just say but 9 months? Literally, it's about to fucking come out and you can kill it because it's inside of another person? I've been inside of another person. I was inside of one earlier tonight. Like, you can... I really should, like, edit myself. I shouldn't talk. Shouldn't be allowed to have a podcast, to tell you the fucking truth. But you cocksuckers keep fucking listening and sharing, so fucking I'll keep doing it. But, like, you're allowed to kill that's a person. Like, it's not a massive cell. Like, that's a person. Dude, that's a person. That's a couple of months from having a personality. That's a fucking person, man. And you're going to kill it? And it's okay because it's like 2 inches from life? From like, it's 2 inches away from, if I killed it, I would go to jail forever. But if I kill it when it's inside, like, maybe all the baby murderers out there's not a lot of them, but maybe all the baby murderers just need to invest more in, like, knowing a couple of broads that want to have an abortion. You know, maybe that way they get their rocks off and, like, they don't have to go to jail. You know, maybe they meet a bitch on Craigslist. Hey, I'm 7 months pregnant and I don't want this anymore. And I kind of want to make some money. So if you give me $500, I'll let you use a speculum and open my vagina and kill the kid inside. But if you masturbate at the same time, you have to put it on a napkin. I'm not going to touch your penis. Like, maybe that's what we should do. Because it's not a kid, right? It's a fucking kid. It's a baby. It's a person. You stupid fuck. Speaking of really disturbing, apparently the BTK killer, cover your ears. Apparently the BTK killer actually at one point, this is really fucked up. Apparently the BTK killer, at some point, he was a real piece of shit. And at some point, he hung a kid. I think she was 9. And as this kid is hanging to her death, he jerks off, looking at her hang. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know. That took a weird turn, but I'm just saying. No, actually, that story specifically had no point to it except I wanted to share it. I like sharing stories. That's a real fucked up story. But you can imagine it in your head, right? That's scary. I mean, if we weren't imagining it in our head, then it wouldn't be so disturbing to hear. I mean, it would be disturbing to hear, but like we're imagining it in our head. I think that's got to speak to like something in our nature that we can pull up fucked up shit like that in our minds. Anyway, as far as abortion goes, I really think it's a fucking person. It's a fucking person. You know, an inch away or less than an inch from I mean, like maybe. Okay. So at what point, like, is it just property damage then? Like, if a girl is 9 months pregnant, she goes into labor, right? But it's still inside there. Water broke, right? It's still inside there. And she's up on the table, ready. She's starting to push, and before the head starts to crown, the doctor takes a ball peen hammer and just you know, baby brains and blood starts gushing out of this. I don't know why this gives me joy. I'm sorry. But say that happens. But it's still inside the pussy. It's still inside the puss. Then it's not murder. Is it property damage at that point? Again, I like following the logic of the liberals. Let's follow the logic all the way down. Let's follow the logic all the way down. It's a fucking person. I really hope I'm getting through to somebody with all this nasty shit, if you've even gotten this goddamn far. But I hope you're understanding. That kid inside that pussy is a kid. It's not a mass of cells alone. Now, if you want to make some sort of argument that says, okay, let's keep it to 2 months, or let's keep it to this. Okay, but 9 months should never be on the table. It fucking shouldn't. And yet, New York just passed it. So, I know that there are some liberals listening to me right now who are like really liberal and don't like it when I start talking to somebody about Trump. I mean, I can see that there are some people who listen to some shit and some people who don't listen to others, right? And I get that. But like, I hope some of the liberals who've made this far like understand, like, you can be somewhere in the middle. You can be super rah-rah trans and super rah-rah don't make jokes and super rah-rah. But like at the very least, don't be party line liberal on that. It's a kid. It's a fucking kid. It's 2 months away. It's a month away from you holding it and crying because it's crying and like feeling sympathy for, like, it's only a couple, it's a short a fucking amount of time. This is not, some jizz got into the egg and let's kill it. This is a fucking kid. It's months, it's a month or less away from you seeing it as a person. See it as a person now. Like, I haven't been into that fucking, but the more research I do on this shit, the more videos I see of doctors explaining how they kill a kid while it's in the, it's just fucking disturbing. At the very least, you should be, even if you're super liberal, you should be against what the fuck just got passed in New York. Please. Be mad at Louis C.K. Parkland jokes all you fucking want. If you want to be really serious about actually giving a fuck about life, if you really want to be fucking serious, fine. Let the Crips kill the Chinese guy because they had a bad childhood. Don't kill kids. Don't kill kids. I mean, that just seems real fucking simple to me. Anyway. Sorry this is ending dark. You want to have one more cigarette and then I'll stop? Okay, I'll have one more cigarette. I hope this isn't making you want to smoke. If it is, on my coughing, I ought to fucking get rid of that. Anyway. I don't know. I try to have this podcast be a little different. A lot of people are really giving me a lot of like the wonderful fucking feedback, and I really love you for it. I really love you for listening and for sharing and all that stuff. I try to not come from a place, I mean, not that I could try to pass as if I fucking am an expert, but I try to make it emphatically clear through my fucking language and through everything else that I am no goddamn expert on fucking anything. I have my experience, and I have my story, and I have my opinions, but I am often incorrect, and I don't, I try not to come from a place of like, I'm a talking head who knows everything about everything. You can absolutely question me and fight me on this killing kids thing if you want. You can go on Discord and find the conservative page and saying that's not okay. You can email me. I might even share your retarded email with me. Actually, it's a mess of electrons. I haven't ever really fucked a girl. Someone needs to guide the ship. Someone needs to fucking lead. All right? Stop being fucking mad at authority all the fucking time. Like, if you're over 21 and you're that mad at authority, you're a bitch. You're a fucking idiot. I'm mad at my dad still. A little baby. Jesus. Like, you didn't win the election. It's okay. Your life is not over. Mexicans' lives aren't over. Trans lives aren't over. No one's being erased, stupid ass. There's just some policies you don't agree with going through. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay for you to disagree with the policy. It's okay for you to talk about it on Twitter. It's okay. But don't stop other motherfuckers from talking about it. Don't yell at somebody because they have a fucking red hat and call them and label them a racist. That's childish. Speaking of, got some fun news. I'm going to try to do... maybe I shouldn't talk about it. All right, fuck it. I'll talk about it a little bit. I won't say with who, but I might be walking down the street with a video camera while someone else walks with a MAGA hat. Might see how that goes. Might try to talk to them. I'd really love to interview some motherfuckers. Some angry, feminine people. You know you're the problem. You know you like us better, girls. You know we're more fun. You know you don't like your girlfriends either. Stop fucking lying. But anyway. So I think I'm going to be doing that soon. But maybe not. I'm not going to promise it. I'm not going to say it's going to it's going to go very well necessarily. I might, have to fight a motherfucker or two, whatever. But if I'm not coming from a place of here's the facts that I know, but just from a place of, hey, don't yell at people. Hey, person, don't yell at people. Hey, accost someone. You're not supposed to touch other people's hats. Hey, be a big boy. I'm down to get in a fight for that. I'm down. I've been bulking up like a motherfucker too, by the way, I gotta say. I got some fucking nice muscle into these last 20 pounds of fat. My lower back hurts like a motherfucker. I've been doing too much back. Like when I do back stuff, it's all upper back, and then my lower back, I just feel like I'm a fucking triangle. An upside down triangle. And so I worked out my lower back, and that shit fucking hurts. In a good way, but it just hurts. Anyway, I hope this has been entertaining. I talked about the BTK killer and abortion. Anyway. Again, this is conservative-ish. It's not the end of the world. And it's just me in a car. I mean, you can disagree with me all you want. You're probably right. But I'm probably right. I usually am. Or at least I'm coming from a place of, hey, this is just my podcast. I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to say that. Fine, I'll say that. There's been a lot of motherfuckers starting podcasts after I fucking... I'm not saying I was the first by goddamn no means. But I am saying I gave some other motherfuckers some fucking ideas. Anyway, I really need to stop. There's been some good traction. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I hope you made it to the end here. It's an hour and 2 minutes. Battery's low on the thing, and gotta change it out. Anyway, I should shut the fuck up. Go to conservativepodcast@gmail.com if you want to yell at me or recommend something. I'm going to have some regular weekly shows coming up soon at a cafe. I'll let you know when I know. I am going to be having a show on the 15th of February. Still don't know the details. In New York. But all you New Yorkers, come see me. Bring your aborted fetuses. bring your dead baby in a bag. Say it's okay because it was on the other side of the pussy. And if you want to support this podcast, I do. You wonderful people. Go to patreon.com/conservative. Follow me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. I'm a lot more genteel on the Instagram and on the Facebook. And I'll see you guys on the 14th at the 7 Mile House in Brisbane. Valentine's Day. And I love you all very much. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I do. Kisses. Bye-bye.